Hey guys, and welcome to the Band Rants channel, your home for NFL projections, predictions, and of course, your periodic rant. And today we're going to be doing the Jacksonville Jaguars schedule. I've got a couple of games that I've already predicted because of previous schedules that I've made and posted videos about. And we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to get into this. But before we do, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new, leave a like on the video, comment down below, and we'll go ahead and get started here. So, Jacksonville, arguably one of the teams that a lot of people are very optimistic about, including myself, because Trevor Lawrence, I expect him to be a stud. I expect him to overtake the AFC South because, of course, I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to be in Houston much longer, if at all. And with that being said, Jacksonville has a last place schedule, which normally wouldn't be too bad, but this one's a bit average in terms of strength of schedule. But we'll start it off. So, at the Texans, I expect Jacksonville to win that one. I think Deshaun Watson's not going to be there. There's no J.J. Watt this time. So, Jacksonville is arguably going to be pretty happy to play them. And that's probably going to be a good start for Trevor Lawrence. Same thing with the Broncos at home. If this was in Denver, I'd say it might be trickier, but I think Jacksonville at home, in their opener, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to really have a lot of things to show the fans in his first week, and I think they're going to win that one. However, Arizona is going to be probably too hot of a challenge early on, especially with J.J. Watt, who's going to be going on his AFC South revenge tour. This one's going to be a loss. Now, at Cincinnati on a Thursday, this game is actually a lot more interesting than people actually think about and give credit to. You have the number one pick this year, the number one pick last year in Joe Burrow, going up against Trevor Lawrence. So that's going to be a really fun game, and honestly, I'm actually happy this is a primetime game because it makes sense. On paper, it makes sense. Joe Burrow, I think, is going to be something. Trevor Lawrence, I really think is going to be something. And who do I think wins? Well, normally I'd say home field advantage, but honestly, both teams are so equal that this one's actually hard to pick for me. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and give the benefit of the doubt to Cincinnati, just because I think they have more of a threatening offense than Jacksonville does. But that can change come August, and it very well could. That could easily flip. Now, at home against the Titans have really owned the Jaguars this last little while. And I think in the first game, they might underestimate Trevor Lawrence early on, and they're probably going to lose that game. And I think the Jaguars win it. At home against the Dolphins, I think Brian Flores is arguably, with the exception of maybe Arizona's, the trickiest defense that they face. I think Mike Vrabel is probably going to do something but against them this past week. But the Dolphins, I think, have all the ways and means to pull off an upset victory. Now, off the bye, I normally give teams off the bye every benefit of the doubt. But this is where the Jaguars kind of sputter out a little bit. They lose in Seattle. The Bills at home. At home against the Bills. That's going to be a loss. At the Colts, I'll give them the win here, reluctantly. They might drop the last game, but we'll see. At home against the Niners, I think their defense is going to bring the pain, but I don't know about their offense. I have questions outside of George Kittle and Deebo Samuel. I've got questions. And it all depends on how Urban Meyer handles George Kittle. If he can do that, then I think the rest of the team should be able to be okay. I mean, Kyle Shanahan is average of a head coach in my opinion, and the 49ers defense there's no denying them. But I think this is going to be a very nitty-gritty game. It's going to be a close game, and I think that Jacksonville can pull it off. At the Rams, I don't think that. At home against the Falcons, I might be being a little bit harsh on Atlanta in this one, mainly because I do expect Atlanta's offense to be light years ahead of Jacksonville's, even by this point. Even with Trevor Lawrence getting comfy, I expect Atlanta's offense to be much better than people really give them credit for. It's just their defense. If Trevor Lawrence can, and that's a big ask, can at least make it interesting with Matt Ryan, if Matt Ryan makes a mistake, then Jacksonville can capitalize because Atlanta's defense is just not threatening at all. Now, at the Titans, that's going to be a loss. At home against Houston, that's going to be a win. Now, at the Jets, that's a no-brainer. That's going to be a win. Should be pretty fun to see Trevor Lawrence against Zach Wilson. That'll be kind of fun. At New England, that's probably going to be a loss as well. And then this is going to be a loss. The Colts as well. And honestly, 8-9 is probably a bit high for Jacksonville. I just don't really think that their schedule is as intimidating as it seems. Even if they drop that Falcons game, they still go 7-10. Worst they can do is probably 5-12 or 6-11. I'm going to be able to do this better when, of course, the summer ends and we have a better look at if people get injured and how we can assess in the preseason and the mini camps over the summer. But that's what I've got right now, and I'll see you guys in the next one.